You're listening to Hey Pal, What's New with John, Alex, and Greg. Hey Pal, What's New is a product of Sack of Sin Entertainment. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and all other social media platforms. Hey Pal, What's New can be found on Spotify, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and all other podcast locations. Or check us out at sackofsin.com or heypalwhatsnew.com. Warning, Hey Pal, What's New contains explicit content. John, Alex, and Greg are a pair of vulgar Gen Xers. If you are easily offended, please stop listening and go download a nice tame podcast like the Goop Podcast. You have been warned.
Gregory.
Sweet
Wait, Greg, you're
Caroline.
Come in me.
What?
I really like an ice cream
Hey,
pie.
everybody, guess what? It's Hey Pal, What's New? Sorry we're late. I'm Greg, and that's John Alex over there. I was fixing myself up for the camera, making myself look all... Am I supposed to be looking over here?
Yeah, that's you right there.
All right. I'm just making sure we got new cameras and all that good stuff.
Hey,
That's
Greg
why I look
got a
so-
new camera.
That's why I'm so sexy right now. All right, I'm cleaning up here. But yes, it's Sunday night again, and we're at the CCC, and it's a lovely Sunday evening.
Cleaned up so nicely, Greg.
I do. I shaved and everything.
I can't cut Doug
shower.
I can't cut Doug out from behind me.
Oh, where's Dougie?
He's right there.
Oh, okay. You also have your new friend over there. I finally brought in the
blowjob king.
Yeah, I finally brought in the Deadpool and Wolverine there for you.
Yeah.
As you can see, it's got a little dust on it. It's just been
You have dust on you.
I have dust on my nuts.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, somebody better dust them off.
Well,
Yo,
here-
Manal.
That's what this is for.
Manal, dust off those nuts, Manal.
Oh, no, we took care of that already. It's good.
I'll just do this.
I told you it was the best 30 seconds of her life in a row.
Have you noticed I do that now?
Oh, what?
In the
Play with
middle,
your wiener?
you'll be sitting there talking. I'll just start going like this.
Yeah, tell me more.
Stroking my. I'm waiting for you to go stroking your wiener again, but you haven't said a word.
I don't know. I'm too full of myself.
You're just used
I
to
guess.
it.
I'm just. Yeah, we'll talk about freaking being used to it. Yeah, I mean, your family's probably the same way as mine, right? You do the most ridiculous shit. It doesn't even faze them anymore. Like I'm walking around with the remote, and I'm just going like, huh? Like showing it like a dick, and like, and I was just like, all right, whatever. Or my favorite one is taking the lighter if I'm going out to smoke, and I go, "There's a flame shooting out of my cock," and she's like, "Okay, yeah, you got a flame shooting out your dick. All right, that's good." We're like, "Honey, what happens when a fire shoot out your dick?" They're numb to our stupidity.
Are you telling me you have a burning sensation when you urinate? No, flames be shooting out my dick. Well, who was that?
No, it was Eddie Murphy.
Oh, okay.
So you have a burning sensation? No, man, fire shoot out my dick. I went to go take a piss. I burned my whole house down.
Go on, eat it.
Speaking of eat it.
Eat it. What the fuck? You really are insane. Eat it. Go on, eat it.
Yellow Jackets. We'll get to that.
Who recorded my last bedroom session? Anyway.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Just pet my
You
wiener.
had to do that. Now I'm going to be like looking at it the whole time like this. Like, tell me more. So, yeah, let's. We do have a special guest today. Our buddy. Thanks. Good night, everyone.
Sorry, I was playing Catan with King Glizzy.
Oh, yeah, that's right, the Gliz. Yeah, we have a guest coming in. We're going to be calling him soon. That is my old pal, Russ Dickson, has a new book out called Children Shouldn't Play with the Dead.
Well,
I got it right here, and we're going to call him in a few minutes and talk to him about it, but we just want to get a little housekeeping out of the way.
I want to find out about your week first before I talk to Russell.
Yeah, that's right. Let's do what we always do, man. What's new with you there, Jackass Jordy?
Dude, I went down a fucking rabbit hole.
You did?
Yeah. I don't know if this goes in music or whatever, but I went down a Drumeo rabbit hole.
Yeah, you were like, have you ever heard of this person? And I'm like, I forget the name of it.
She was some drummer.
Some drummer, yeah. Drumeo, yeah. I follow them on the TikTok, man.
Oh, my God.
It's I've always been like, I believe it or not, fun fact for your knapsack, does guitars. And we're gonna be talking with a drummer in a little bit, but yeah, man, I've always had drummer envy. I watched drum cam footages, and I started out as a drummer, and then
I have musician envy. I fucking
but that Drumeo is great because they just get these great drummers and just give them songs they have no idea.
See, that was the only one that I saw originally. Was they got this girl and like she's a drummer for a bunch of different bands, and they played her System of a Down.
No,
Rage Against the
Machine.
And they
Bulls
play
on
it.
Parade.
They play it for her without the drums, so she just hears the music and she has to come up with her own drum thing. And they I guess like we don't see all of it, like her listening to it again and again and figuring out, playing around with what she's gonna play, and then she plays along with it, and then they let her listen to it and see how well it sounds. But I didn't know they have like all these other things where they have drummers breaking down like their songs where they're like, this is my song, and then this is where I did this and I came up with this, and if you notice you hear a little this here and stuff. It's interesting. They have a 2-hour fucking Phil Collins documentary I started watching. You know what I learned from that Phil Collins documentary?
What's that?
That I don't give a fuck enough about Phil Collins to sit through a 2-hour documentary. I made it about a half hour.
He is an unsung drummer only because we all see him in the front singing the studio.
And you know, I can feel it coming.
Yeah.
In your ass tonight.
Everybody knows that freaking drum beat. But yeah,
Fucking
no,
table.
I mean, but yeah, they have a lot of really good drummers on there, like that. And if you ever watch there's that guy Rick Beato. He has a lot of really good musicians, and they break down.
Is that Tor's brother?
No,
Torpedo.
Hold on a second.
You know what?
Oh God, that smells like a fucking. That smells.
You know what that deserves? You know what that deserves? Oh,
it doesn't.
It deserves.
Oh God.
A bucket of his diarrhea. It was liquid, hot liquid.
That was, that was the soundtrack to my my marital coupling last night.
Oh yeah,
fuck you, Verizon. Aww.
Oh gee.
Oh gee, guys.
Oh, come on.
But yeah, I went down that Drumeo fucking rabbit hole. It was like. I just couldn't stop. I don't know. And the other rabbit hole I went through, I'm not going to talk about any of the things I watched because I know you wouldn't get. Well, you probably might give a fuck. I started watching Korean dramas.
Okay.
I was on Netflix and it's like, oh, watch this. And it's like, oh, it's subtitles. Like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. And I started watching it. And next thing I know, I'm like, wait, why isn't there another episode? I was like, oh, wait, this is one of those ones that fucking Netflix does week to week.
Wait, Netflix does week to week?
Yeah. I had no idea. I thought like if it's on Netflix, you get the whole season. Nope.
No.
So now I gotta wait for the next episode of this fucking Korean drama called like When Life Gives You Tangerines. Dude, don't even get me started. There was 3 of them I started watching them. One was about an autistic lawyer. And I just felt like
it's called what?
You know when you see look, you know when you look at an actor who doesn't have autism pretending to have autism, you go, you're really just overdoing it. That's not like almost to where you feel like it's insulting to people with autism.
You never go full retard.
No, pretty much. And that's the problem. Is I was watching this girl and I was just like, it just hooked me at it. I had to stop.
I mean, I'm all down with the Korean horror. They do.
Well, that's why
they do zombies the best. They really do.
You know what my wife's takeaway was?
What's that?
Maybe I'll get you to watch Squid Game season 2 now.
Oh, you didn't watch Squid Game?
No, I haven't. I don't give a fuck enough to watch it.
Oh, it was good. It was all right.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe when I have my shoulder surgery.
Yeah.
If I have a what do I have? I have a torn slip tear in my right shoulder, which is where like the tendon meets your shoulder joint.
Okay.
It like ripped.
Ouch.
And then my left shoulder, I have like thickening and cut, tear in the tendon, thickening of the tendon, and cysts on my humerus. On the end of my humerus, which is why I get off. That's why I can't like do shit with. At least I don't have a rotator cuff tear.
Well, okay.
So fuck that shit.
Well, that's
maybe they'll just give me a shot, like what they did with the fucking clap.
Give you the gel.
They give me the shot with like they did a clap. The gel.
Well, no, that's when you
cortisone.
have like
give me some cortisone.
When they shoot the gel into your kneecaps and stuff. If it's all fucked up, if you have bad
cortisone.
knees. Yeah, that's
Maybe put some cortisone on my shoulder. I'll be good. What about you?
What did I do this week? Not a fuckload of a lot.
All right.
Really.
Sounds good.
I mean, I took Violet to the orthodontist. That was about the extent of my week.
All right.
You know, I got my pedis cured again, which was nice. So my feet are looking lovely. I almost went for a mani too, but I was like, I'll just do it myself. But yeah, nothing really, just hung around and Manal will be heading down to Florida on Friday to
Good riddance. Oh,
go
goodbye.
visit her dad, which is wild because her father lives like 10 minutes from my mother. So they're going to all meet down there and have lunch or dinner or something like that, hang out. You know, her father's the best, man. He's like an Egyptian guy with a Brooklyn swagger.
I can't believe you're not going.
No, well, somebody's got to watch the cats. Did
you hear a horn honk?
I did.
It's got to be one of my kids.
Probably. What are you going to do? No.
It's probably Anastasia.
Oh, okay.
Or Mila. I don't fucking know. One of them.
Yeah, it's a purposes. Who knows? So she'll be down there for a couple of days. So, I mean, somebody's got, single dad, man. Got to watch the kid. You can't just leave her alone for a weekend, you know?
I mean, you could.
I mean, you could, but, I mean, I'm not that trusting, I guess. No, I mean, what happens? And you're freaking everybody's down here? I don't know. Talk about it. I'll tell you a good story. There was one day where Manal was at work. Violet was with her at her friend's house. I got the house to myself. I took her I was like, I'm just going to freaking relax. Watch
all alone?
Yeah.
Home Alone?
Home Alone. I got to watch some Yellow Jackets and just quiet. And then all of a sudden.
You watch Yellow Jackets?
I did.
Eat it.
I did. I did eat it. And I was sitting and all of a sudden the phone rings. And it's my cousin. And she goes, Gregory. I'm like, yeah. She goes, you have any muscle relaxers? I'm like, no. I guess she was watering plants. Talk about breaking rotator cuffs and all that shit.
Yeah.
She was watering the plants, and she threw her back out. Like, she's like, it's the middle of my back and the left. I said, well, where are you? She's like, I'm at home. I'm on the floor. I can't get up. And I'm
this
like,
is Rich's wife?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I was like, do you need me to go over there and get you off the floor? She's like, no, it doesn't hurt when I'm on the floor, but once I stand up, it's painful. I just wanted to know if you had any. I said, well, if my dad, if it was 20 years ago, my dad would have every pain pill under the sun, but unfortunately, this is the sober house. We don't have any of that stuff.
Oh, shit.
But she did find somebody to bring her some muscle relaxer, and she was able to get up. But I was just like, it's finally quiet at my house. I'm like, nobody's home, and I'm just like, I'm like, wow.
You got your dick in your hand.
Seriously.
Your fucking other hand on the remote.
It's
like, yeah. I was like, ring, ring. Greg, I need painkillers. Like, there goes my boner.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean,
well, although according to Dr. Oz, if she's your second cousin, sex is on the table.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. According to Dr. Mehmet Oz.
First cousins. Can't do it.
Oh, good. Thank God.
But yeah, we don't do that stuff.
No.
This ain't.
You're not fucking. We're not down south. We're not in Texas.
Yeah, anyway. So, that was pretty much my extent of. Should we call our guest?
Yeah. I got my new headphone case. Like, really quick. I forgot to say this. My headphones, I know it sounds super niche, but Apple has not made it so you can use the AirPod Max, these big headphones, the new ones, plugged into anything.
Okay.
You can't use them wired. So they finally released a special cable that now lets you plug them in to use them, so I don't have to pair them with everything. So I can use them here finally. I'm very excited.
That's good. That's like my freaking Xbox ones where it was, what do you call it? I bought brand new I was like, I need wireless headsets, and the one I bought it. I thought it was Xbox, and they're like, it's wireless for a Switch and a PC and everything, and even a PlayStation, not an Xbox. I was like, so I'm plugging the wire back in. Fucking Microsoft. All right, let's see if we can get our buddy on the phone here. Let's see if this actually works. I'm gonna call. Just use the BTA too. Okay.
Oh, I hear it.
Oh wait, hold on. Who's this?
You're looking at the TV like we're gonna see him.
I know.
Hello.
Hi. What are you wearing?
I'll be going to do that. Be creepy voice though for a minute. Leave my hair stand on in for a second there.
Yeah. What's up, buddy? We got Russell W. Dickson on the horn here. How you doing, man? Long time no speak.
I know, it's really great to talk
you
to you
used his
guys.
middle initial.
I did because it's on his book.
It's because he's a serial killer.
He is.
Serial killers always use their middle initial.
Is that true?
Sure.
Well, the topic on here is, the new book that came out from our pal Russ. It's called "Children Shouldn't Play with the Dead." It's out now. Go get it on Amazon. I did. It's a good time. So yeah, what's been going on, man? How are you? It's been I don't know, a couple decades.
I know, you might correct me, but I think the last time I actually saw you guys was the Lady Nicotine years when I was playing drums at Tuxedo Junction. Am I right? Or has it been that long?
Holy
I
shit.
think it might be. We were going to talk about a little.
There, 30 years ago. I don't want to think about how long ago it was.
Well,
Yeah.
Greg was
It
talking.
great times though.
Greg was talking specifically about that show before we got on. Wasn't it that show?
Yeah, it was that show. I remember Russ used to be in a band with my brother, along with Rob Lovi and
my
Mike
God.
Huff, called Lady Nicotine.
Nice.
And they played a show at Tuxedo Junction, and we all went to go see them. Was that like the only gig you guys played, or you played a few after that, right?
Yeah, we played a bunch. That was probably the biggest one, and then we got in with the promoter, Neville Wells Productions, down in New York City, and we
nice.
started playing a bunch of clubs down there, like the Bat Cave,
Yeah.
Pyramid Club, some pretty cool clubs. It was like a really fun time.
Yeah, it's always fun playing that stuff. But yeah, we were talking about that particular gig because John and I went to go see you at that gig, and you remember Walter, right? Our old best bud, Walter. Big guy, big tall guy,
think
always
so,
wear a
yeah.
leather jacket. It'd be like, August. He'd be wearing a leather jacket. But we took him, and we went to go pick him up and to go to the show. And, Walter, God bless him. We love him. We miss him dearly. But, every time we'd pick him up, he would sound completely lucid and sober. But then we picked him up, and he was already in the bag.
That always amazed me that you could call him and he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm just hanging out. I'm waiting for you. I'll meet you out in the garage. Just pull up and I'll come. Don't knock on the door.
Yeah.
Don't knock on the door. Pull up to the garage." And you would go up, and like by the time he got there, he'd come stumbling out, get in the car, and be like, "Hey, how's it going?" I mean, you picked up my first new car, that Civic, with me.
Yeah.
Walter got in that car the fucking day I got it and was like, "Oh shit," and went to throw up, couldn't figure out how to get the window down, and threw up all over the window and the inside of the passenger door.
Oh my God, the good old days of the '90s, 80s and '90s.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and then it kind of ties into that because then we went to go see you guys play at Tuxedo Junction, which is great. I've seen the videos. You guys still have them up there. That old freaking was that I guess it was the 90s, right? So it was like that old 90s like fade, like the old computer video fading and everything. So we get there, we're watching you guys play. You guys were freaking killing it, right? And we had our buddy Walter there, and that little spot on the stage that goes to the back. It's like where you get off the stage. He's standing there, and he's just kind of leaning on the stage while we're watching you guys play, and he looks over to me, and he's got this grin, and it looks like he had tobacco on his lip, and I'm like, "You all right, dude?" He had puked all over the floor.
Oh my God, there was a lot of people going on that night.
Yeah, during your set, and we were like, "Oh my God!" And then so
I'm not sure how to take that, but okay.
I guess he enjoyed
That's
it.
Walter.
He enjoyed it so much. We can tell stories upon stories about this dude, but it turns out. So you guys finished your set, and we're like, I don't want to take. We
I don't
never
want drunk Walter in my car.
We don't want drunk puking Walter in the car. We don't want it. So we go over to Mike. We go over to Mike, you're the guitar player, and he's at the bar, and we go up to the bar.
Man.
Yeah, we go, "Hey, Mike." He goes, "Hey," we go, "You live near Walter, right?" And he goes, "Yeah." And we go, "You're taking him home." And we left. We left him with poor Mike.
Oh, poor Walter.
So yeah,
Maybe that's Mike left the band not too long after that. Maybe that was the reason, because of Walter puked in his car.
We were responsible for the demise of Lady Nicotine.
Hey man, I hate to say it, but yeah, no. So
Now you're writing books.
yeah, now you're writing books. Tell us a little bit about this new book. Children Shouldn't Play with the Dead. Give us a little. I mean, we don't want to spoil the book, right? But give us a little brief synopsis of what it's about and how you guys, how you came about writing this.
So it was kind of a long process, but I can give you the official publishers what they want me to say is,
Okay.
and then I can tell you that I kind of just say it in my own words. But
Sure.
the story kind of children shouldn't play with the dead follows the main protagonist Johnny, and he's kind of haunted by the childhood memories of Danny Potter, who's this rebellious figure from a powerful local family. His father is a baron, and it's set in this decaying town that's shaped by a once thriving leather industry. The story explores like dark rituals, eerie legends, and the sinister presence known as the Leatherman. And so it's sort of a coming of age story about a group of kids in middle age school in the 80s. So it's kind of from our era, Gen X era. And the school bully, Danny Potter, finds a mummified corpse of a kid out in the swamp one day while he's catching frogs.
Oh, as you
and
do.
He thought, hey, this would be a great mascot for our clubhouse.
A dead
so he
body.
brings it back to their clubhouse, and he hangs it on this nail on the wall. In this, their clubhouse is an auditorium, by the way, in this old summer camp.
Okay.
And it kind of becomes like their mascot, and they hang out in this abandoned summer camp. The summer camp is loosely inspired by, Secor Lake. There used to be an old summer camp on the other side of it called Camp Henry. I don't know if you guys remember that.
No, I don't.
Yeah, like Lakes. Well, I remember.
I'm sorry.
Lake
I went to Sycamore.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I went to Sycamore too, but there was Lake Secor, and there was a camp, an old camp for city kids that would come down, but it was abandoned for like many years, and we used to explore these empty cabinets, and there was actually an auditorium there.
Oh, wow.
Full-size auditorium. We would go in and hang out. So that was kind of in my mind as I was writing it. I was imagining that place.
Yeah, that's a good setting for that. Yeah. I mean, what else do you do in Putnam County? And, that's a lot of times what we did. What did we do? We drank beer in front of a fire in the middle of the woods somewhere. It wasn't really.
I tried to capture that in the story.
Okay.
So the lead character is the narrator, Johnny.
Okay.
And he's kind of drawn into this dark world with Danny Potter, who's kind of loosely inspired by some figures I remember from my childhood.
Okay.
And he just kind of wants to fit in with the cool kids like we all did back in the day, And
Sure.
he wants to impress girls, and he wants to be a cool kid, and he wants to be respected at school. And so he finally gets in with this crowd of cool kids, and they decide one day while they're hanging out at this auditorium that, hey, let's take out a Ouija board and see if we can talk to this creature.
Ooh.
Oh, the mummy they found in the swamp. Okay.
Yeah, so they start talking to it, and all of a sudden, this zombie creature reanimates. And he's next, he's chomping on a couple of the kids, and
shenanigans ensue.
Yeah, and then there's kind of all the shenanigans that ensue from that point on. And then the protagonist kind of Johnny decides that he needs to confront Danny Potter and kind of do something about this creature. They can't just let it live in this vacant auditorium in a summer camp, forever. If it escapes, it could kill somebody.
Yeah. No, that sounds awesome, man. Yeah. So is this your first novel as far as fiction goes? Because I know you write for newsblaze.com. I've seen some of your articles there. You just you recently went to that Biohazard show near you, correct?
Yeah, that was pretty amazing. But I wrote one book before this. This book I wrote for Tribune Publishers. I gotta get their name out there. They're kind of loosely associated with Chicago Tribune and that Tribune Publishing. But I wrote for Newsblaze for a lot of years. I had one book before this called The Man Next Door.
Okay.
Which was based on, I had this German family that lived next door to me, and there was this guy that owned a tombstone, like a monument company.
Ooh.
And I just used to always fantasize about this guy when I was a kid. What is he up to, in his house? So I write this story kind of based loosely on him and how he's a scientist working for the U.S. government who's he kidnaps people and experiments on their brain and tries to make them into this perfect killer for the U.S. government,
Oh my, yeah, it's always one of those things where you see somebody in real life and you're you make up a backstory for him.
Oh, yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah, because you're always I wonder what that dude's up to, you want to know what's going on with him. But yeah, I know I did read your, I have seen your articles on Newsblaze, and I saw that you recently went to that Biohazard show, and you were talking about, all the shows we used to go to. I mean, you and me, especially, I went to that same Biohazard show too, the one in Irving Plaza, and it was so funny because all the bands, like I knew half of them. Like, you know, it was like,
Yeah, back in the day, they weren't really that big a deal as they are now. Like Agnostic Front and
yep, yeah, all
and
those guys.
Biohazard and all those guys back in the day. You could just go down on the weekend and see a matinee and see them all playing in clubs like on the East Village.
Yeah, I still live in Mayapack, and right down the street from me is the old Italian American club. I was like, oh man, if those walls could talk. Like we should
do a show there.
They had some great hardcore shows there. But yeah, I went to that, and it was funny too because, yeah, I mean, I grew up with Bobby from Biohazard. I know all those guys, and Sub-Zero actually opened up. I don't know if you remember Sub-Zero from back then.
Yeah, I think Andy Shore,
Yeah, old Red Eye.
Old Red Eye. Remember that?
Yeah. So like those guys opened up, and I know all those guys really well, and was hanging, Lou DiBella and Richie and all those guys. And it was just so weird because they're like, why? I was like, why didn't you come backstage? I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like, I want to, be in the shit, as they say in those Vietnam movies. You want to get in there. So yeah, I mean, it's great that you're out there and you're doing other stuff. I mean, do you still write for Newsblaze now, or like what happens now with the book now that it's out?
So like right now, see, it's kind of like weird for me because as a writer, I'm used to being the one asking the questions, and now I have people. Like the press has been really good to me. I mean, I'm really happy. I have a lot of local media interest and some international media interest, and a lot of my friends and supporters have like been really, really great to me. I really love the support. It's really been great. But yeah, I'm still writing for Newsblaze. I've been writing for them almost since I graduated college.
Oh wow! Okay.
Alan Gray is the editor-in-chief. They're out of Brisbane, Australia, is where their headquarters are, and they're sort of like a Australian Associated Press.
Okay.
And I've just have this great relationship with them I built over the years. I've been probably writing for them since like 2000.
Oh,
and,
wow! All right.
I've done some really cool stuff with them. For a while there, I got in. I was still on their entertainment reporter, but I was covering like Comic-Cons and Walker Stalkers.
Oh,
and
nice.
Food festivals, and I had this interesting period of time where I got in. And I started meeting like all these like horror legends from like the 80s. So I interviewed. So like one of my favorite movies back then is the original 1960s classic Night of the Living Dead.
Of course.
Like a horror film like fanatic. So I got to interview Russell Striner and Judith O'Day, who are the two characters in the beginning, Johnny and Barbara.
Right.
Riding up in the cemetery. Famous line, they're coming to get you, Barbara.
Yeah.
So I got to interview both of them. There's 2 articles on Newsblaze. People can check it out if they want to read it. And
yeah,
it's just really fascinating to meet these people from this classic horror show. And then I got to meet like the cast of the Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Return of the Living Dead, and it was just a great experience being there as a reporter and getting to talk to all these people from these like iconic horror movies that I sort of grew up watching.
That's awesome.
And then there was a period of time where I got in with paranormal investigators for a while, so I was like interviewing a lot of these like some of the cast members from Ghost Hunters, from Ghost Mine, from Killer Contact, and all these Sci-Fi Channel programs, and I interviewed like the whole cast of The Walking Dead.
Oh,
like,
wow!
Norman Reedus and it was like a real great time.
Okay, so like
working for.
So with Newsblaze, you're covering all these different cons and stuff. So you're out on the road with this book, kind of doing signings and whatnot.
Yeah, I've got an event coming up now.
Okay.
I got to thank an old friend of ours. I don't know if you guys know Angelo Nataro.
Big Ange.
Yeah. So,
Wingfest, Taco Fest, Empanada Fest. What's coming up? Mac and Cheese Fest.
Yeah. He likes those.
If it's a food, Ange has got a fest for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually very successful at it, and he's like such a great guy. Like he just remembers back in the day. He remembers like all of us, and he remembers riding on the school bus with me. And I ran into him about like 10 years ago. I actually interviewed him because like in his 40s, he got like back in the boxing ring, and he won boxing titles and all that. So I wrote an article about him, and we've kind of stayed in touch since then. And then he contacted me about covering his Buffalo Wing festival in Poughkeepsie a while back, and I wrote a story about that. And then he's
good question.
Followed my writing and all that, and I guess he's sort of a fan. So then he invited me to to come out and do a book signing at Brotherhood Winery.
Okay.
Okay.
And so I'll be there on April 26th at Hudson Valley Mac and Cheese Fest #9.
Nice.
VIP entrance is at 11:30. General admission is 1 to 5.
Okay.
It's at the Brotherhood Winery. It's in Washingtonville, New York, April 26th. I'm supposed to judge a couple events there and stuff.
I think that's not too far from me.
Yeah, I think we should definitely.
Washingtonville, that's up towards Kingston, right?
Yeah, it's about 2 hours south of me. I'm up in Gloversville now.
I'm in
Oh,
Poughkeepsie,
okay.
so
So I'm going to have a canopy set up. I'm going to have a big stack of books. So you can come there and you can buy a copy in advance and come there and I'll sign it. Or preferably you can buy a copy for me for like $20 and I'll sign it for you and take selfies with people. And
okay.
it should be real fun. I really love meeting people that have read my stuff over the years. I read my books, and that's like more important to me than like the money of it. I know it's kind of a cliche thing to say, but I really like, that's kind of the reward. Like to me, it's kind of like, Greg's a musician, and your music is your art with product society and all that. So like when fans come up to you and they appreciate something that you created, it's just a feeling that's better than money, which is kind of the same for me with my writing. When people enjoy it, it's like a feeling better than getting paid, really. I mean, of course, money is necessary. If I don't make money from it, I can't keep writing and doing the things that I want to do. But people can get tickets to that event at famousfoodevents.com.
Okay.
And they can buy their tickets in advance, and they can buy VIP tickets, so you can get in at 11:30 and get like first crack at like all the booths and all that. And it should be a real great time. They do a really good job with putting these events together, and it's really just like a really beautiful venue. It's a vineyard outside, and really thousands of people go every year. So it should be a real good time for everybody.
Yeah, we've been to Wingfest a long time ago, but Eng always puts on some great things. So if we put the link in the chat, and we'll also put it on the description of the podcast so people can go and get tickets and check it out. If it's the 22nd, it'll be 2 days after my birthday. We'll go down there.
26th.
26th. Okay, so 5 days after my birthday.
Yeah, it's a Saturday after your birthday.
Yeah, so maybe we'll go down
your
there.
Your birthday's on Easter, motherfucker.
I know, my birthday's on Easter this year. Boo. It happens.
Should be a fun time.
Yeah,
it will be.
I'd love to come down and see you, and definitely check out the. Like I said, we haven't been to a fest in a while.
If they're gonna pick up a book in advance, the best place would be Amazon.
So right now it's available at Amazon. It's now available at BarnesandNoble.com.
No,
Walmart.com, and like 40 different online platforms. Pretty soon it's going to be in like 100 bookstores at first.
Okay.
Nice.
Are you going to do
Are you going to do the Barnes and Noble tour?
I don't know if I'm going to go that big. I was offered.
The reason I
offered a deal.
Yeah, the reason I ask is because I know someone who wrote a book that went to Mayapack with us, Dave Gordon. And Dave did Dave did the Barnes and Noble tour, and it was funny because my daughter works at Barnes and Noble. She's like, "Wait, you know that guy?"
So I'm open to different possibilities. It's still early. It's kind of a slow rollout. Like originally, it was just on Amazon, and it was available in Kindle format. Now it's available in paperback.
All right.
And now the publisher is rolling out like 40 different platforms for me now, and they're going to start a whole social media campaign. So to all my followers on my Instagram and my Facebook and all that, I apologize. I'm not spamming you. I had to give them my credentials, and they log on, and they just do all this advertising for me. I'm like,
dude, you got to do what you got to do to get your book out there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you got to get through all the. Yeah, you got to get through.
There's no shame in whoring yourself.
Yeah, please. We hoard ourselves all the time. We actually have one of our chatters had a question for you. Actually, he said, "Anyone that you've met that you wish you didn't."
For him, it was Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yeah. Was there like one? Give us some dirt.
Like an interview you did that you were like, man, that guy's a fucking dick.
You know, we
well, not a dick. I don't really want to mention his name, but I was kind of crushed by it when I met him. So everybody remembers that movie Gremlins, right? That hit movie in the 80s.
Yeah,
of
that little kid that owned a little furry gremlin. And well, I met the actor. Well, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to say too much too bad things about him. But so I met this actor, and I just kind of went up to him, and I was like, man, I'm like a really big fan of it. I mean, that was like just such a great movie. I really enjoyed it. I'm a writer for Newsblaze, and I would just would really love the chance to interview you. And I handed him my card. He just kind of looked at it. I was like, and just kind of set it down and never called me or anything. And just, I got like totally ditched by him, And meanwhile, he had like nobody in line to talk to him.
Yeah.
Nobody wants
like
to
a
fucking
legit
talk to you.
fan.
Well, it's funny you say it because I think you watch UFC, right, Russ, or no?
Yeah, actually, believe it or not, I've interviewed a lot of some fighters and some famous jiu-jitsu people, and
So
I watched a little
while
bit. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I mean, yeah, I do.
while back, I took my daughter to a UFC fight down at the Prudential Center, and we got there early for like all the prelims when fucking nobody's there, and we're down ringside, and Robbie Lawler's there. And I'm like, let's get a picture with Robbie. And my daughter's like, yeah, let's go get a picture. We go over. I go, hey, Robbie, can we get a picture? He goes, hold on. He's watching the fucking commercial on the TV above and wouldn't take a picture with us and was like being a dick about it too. I was like, I look up and I go, you're watching. He goes, shut up. I'm watching a commercial. I was like, fuck you.
A commercial.
What a dick. He was such a dick.
Yeah.
So like doing interviews, celebrity interviews, you really get to see the other side of Hollywood. Some people I've met have just been like, you would expect them to be that way, and they were just like the nicest people in the world. Like, one day I had the chance to meet the late great Robin Williams, and I went up to him, and he was just kind of walking in Manhattan, and I kind of, for some reason, I thought to yell out, "Hey, I'm a huge fan of Comic Relief," and he like turned to me, walked through the crowd, ignored everyone else, came up to me and shook my hand, and he sat and talked to me for like 5 or 10 minutes and thanked me for supporting Comic Relief. And
wow.
He was just like the nicest, most humble person you would ever meet, and I just never forgot how this huge actor was just so down to earth and so cool, and you could tell he really cared about helping the homeless people and his cause. So I thought that was really cool.
That's always the thing. Like if you're gonna approach a celebrity, you got to hit him with something that like not everybody does. Where it's just like, I'm sure if people ran into Robin Williams, they'd be yelling like, "Oh, Captain, my Captain," or "Nanu Nanu" or something. You were like Comic Relief, and he's like, shit, I haven't heard that one before.
Well, that was I met Will Wheaton on the streets of New York City, and I saw him. I was like, oh my God. Cool. And he's walking. I was like, oh my God. I was like, Will Wheaton. He goes, oh, hey. I was like, can I get a picture real quick, Will? He goes, yeah, can we walk? I was like, yeah, I just want to get the picture because my students are never going to believe I fucking met you. And he goes, what do you mean your students? I go, well, I'm a teacher. I was like, but I advise the gaming club at my school. And when I tell them I met you, they're going to freak out. He's like, oh, I'll stop then for you. And he just stopped in the street to take the picture.
Yeah.
You know,
it's so awesome when they're nice like that. Like there was like a model one time, Lauren Hutton, and I remember she was nice, but you could tell she knew she was on camera, so she was just like striking a pose every 5 minutes. And you could tell she was on the job. So when you meet somebody and they're just themselves, it's like it's so nice when you meet the real person and they turn out to be really cool.
Yeah, definitely. So, we really appreciate the call, Russ. Like I said, the book is called Children Shouldn't Play with the Dead, and you will be at, we'll talk about newsblaze.com, and then also you'll be at the Mac and Cheese Fest.
The Hudson Valley Mac and Cheese Festival, Saturday, April 26th, in Washingtonville, New York. It is at the Brotherhood Winery.
Yes, April 26th. Oh, wait, check out the all-new Big Cheese VIP. I wonder who that's going to be.
That's you. Are you the Big Cheese VIP?
No, I don't think so. I'm supposed to be a judge in a couple of the competitions, so that should be fun.
All right.
If you guys would let me, real quick, as people can follow me on
Absolutely.
X at Russell D. Writer. You can follow me at Facebook at journalist Russell W. Dickson, and on Instagram at journalist Russell W. Dickson. And those are the main places where I do business. So if people have any events they're looking for coverage or have an interesting story, they can message me on that site or contact me. I do most of my business through social media.
Okay. Yeah, definitely send me over the socials and we'll put it in the description of the podcast. That way, people can check it out and, we'll put it on our site and all that. And yeah, it was great catching up with you, dude. It's good to hear from you. I'll tell my brother you said hello. He's down in the Carolinas, so I'll tell him you said hi. And yeah, man, we really appreciate you coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, and it's been great catching up to you guys. And
we'll see you at the
a lot of good memories.
Yeah, and we'll see you at the Mac and Cheese Festival.
Definitely, yeah, definitely come by and visit me at my canopy, and hopefully I meet a lot of people and sell lots of books there. And
you better sign my book, goddammit.
Greg's going to bring his book, and I'm going to bring my audio book. What?
Please buy my book.
Yeah, we'll do the audiobook version of it. All right, man. I appreciate it, Russ. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks, guys. Great talking to you.
Yeah, same here, buddy. Talk to you soon.
Bye now.
Bye.
I really wanted to do. I really wanted to do that. Hey, Russell, and he goes, yeah, and then hang up.
Oh, well, he's not going to do the old Opie and Anthony trick, though. But yeah, but it was good catching up with my boy Russ. Okay, cool. Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, man.
All right.
So where were we?
We're going to.
Oh shit.
I don't have a lot of news, but
John, you got any news?
Gregory, I don't have a lot of news.
Okay.
But what I do have.
Oh shit.
Can we have a week without someone fucking dying, please?
Goddamn death
And not
dedication.
just anybody, but Richard Chamberlain.
Yeah, we just caught this like right before
Also
we went on
known as
air.
TV's Dr. Kildare. I knew him as the guy in what he was the guy in the original Shogun, was he not?
I believe so.
You know, Richard Chamberlain.
Oh, he's been in a bunch of different
Shogun,
things.
Dr. Kildare, the Thornbirds, Alan fucking Quartermain. That's the biggie for me. Shogun and Alan Quartermain. But I remember watching fucking Shogun year after year. He dead, motherfucker.
He dead.
He died in, of all places, God bless, Hawaii.
Did they play the cancer song for him?
No,
No,
he died
was
of a
it-
stroke, complications
okay.
from a stroke. But he died in Hawaii. I've been to Hawaii.
Have you?
Yeah, to Kamana Wanalea. You want a licky dicky?
I've made maps of Hawaii on people.
Oh, I bet you have. From across the fucking room, I hear.
Actually, mine are more like Texas. But anyway.
Oh my God!
No, big ups to Richard Chamberlain, man.
Greg's doing the Thousand Islands.
Yeah. Hidden Valley Ranch, everyone.
So he's dead.
He's dead.
He's not coming back.
No, he should not play with the dead because if we find him in a swamp somewhere and mummified.
In other who gives a fuck news,
Mm-hmm.
we have a cast finally announced for Avengers Doomsday. We're gonna release it slowly over the course of the episode. Whenever the fuck we feel like it, we'll just tell you another name.
Yeah,
Robert Downey Jr.
Every 12 minutes. Jesus, you know what? I got sucked into that because I was at work.
It's like 5.5 hours.
5.5 hours.
Fuck no,
Dude, fuck Disney and Marvel, they're geniuses.
No,
Only
they're
for
not,
the fact that like on that stream, I had
it's insulting.
it pissed me off to no end, right? So it was just like, first of all, let's do this.
Spoil what?
In case you haven't seen it.
Oh,
Okay, so they list on the thing every member of the Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
The fucking movie hasn't come out yet.
Oh, so I guess everybody lives to the end.
Yeah, well, they didn't have Taskmaster on there. So I guess he's the one that's eating it. Or like, yo, way to fucking spoil it. You don't put Spider-Man on it or the Hulk or any of those people, but you got all the fucking Thunderbolts on there. And you also got old school X-Men
Yeah.
with Channing Tatum.
Alan Cumming.
Where?
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, so you got the old school
They
Fox
started
X-Men.
off with Chris Hemsworth, correct?
Chris Hemsworth, yeah. If you go on, it was funny because, there's the
I didn't know you sent me the link, and I didn't know that this is how they were doing it. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I had it on.
and I'm like, there's nothing here.
I had it on in the background, and all these people were live streaming it, and it was just they had over 100,000 people watching it for 5.5 hours.
131,000, but that's not really a lot. When you think about it.
Watching live, 131,000.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's a lot. I don't think that's a big number. Not for something like this.
Yeah, but it was kind of a shitty way for them to do it. There wasn't really. I mean, to see the old like Alan Cumming and all
Kelsey Grammer.
Well, he was in the Marvels, right? So you're getting the old X-Men.
Literally.
Oh, Conan the Barbarian, was he on there?
Wilt Chamberlain died in... I don't know why... Okay, Justin. Wilt
Oh,
Chamberlain died in 1999.
Oh, okay. All right. Didn't he fuck like 1,000 women or something like that?
Oh.
Who knows? But yeah, it was kind of a shitty way to do it. I mean, you do get Channing Tatum in there.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy, I'm about to make a name for myself.
Oh, good. The people demanded it. But with that many names, like how much time can they all be on the screen?
They'll do it pretty much like the event, like Infinity War Endgame thing, where they got a pocket of people over here, a pocket of people over there. The dog in the middle is going to say, "Hey, what do you want from me?" But you know that's not even the whole cast.
No, I know.
It's gonna be. I guarantee they're gonna do another 25. People. It was. Now, if I was smart, I would have just waited till it was over and then just watched everybody who sped it up. Which many
Or
people
just look
did.
at the fucking list.
Yeah, well, we posted it on our Facebook, just saying you're welcome. But yeah, I had it on the background because you're thinking like, all right, they're making us wait this long. Something's got to happen. Apparently, nothing happened except Robert Downey Jr. at the end. Like, oh wait, is he in it? Oh, it's only called fucking Doomsday. You know, tell me something I don't know. But
I mean, Vanessa Carpet. Okay, anyway.
well, they got all the Fantastic
I don't
Four,
give a fuck.
Fantastic Foreskins, and
Fantastic
So-
foreskin.
all that. Yeah. So okay, what else we got on there? Chucklehead.
This is my favorite.
Okay.
Did you see Texas? This is kind of outside our realm, but inside our realm. Texas passed a law that in order to buy sex toys, you have to show ID.
Okay.
Also, I didn't know they had a law that you're only allowed to own 6 dildos.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a dildo.
There's a dildo law. You can only own 6 dildos. No 7th dildo.
Now, how are they gonna know? Are they gonna freaking? Is the dildo police gonna? Do you have
maybe.
to register your dildo like a firearm?
Dude,
People
could you
in
imagine
Texas,
the police come there? You're like, oh my God, I got a dozen dildos. I got to hide some. You just start shoving them up your ass like cocaine.
Well, how about this? Texas, everybody can carry a gun.
Yeah.
So you could have 50 guns in your house, but you can only have 6 dildos.
That's right.
What the hell?
I know. It's
Come
fucking.
on.
And you wonder why on my trip across the country, I don't feel like going to Texas.
Yeah, just limit it to the 5 dildo. That's all you can do. I mean, do you really need more than 6 dildos, though? Let's think about it.
Oh no, it was. Oh no, Justin, it wasn't Wilt Chamberlain. It was Richard Chamberlain, the actor who played
Dick Chamberlain.
Yeah, he was in Shogun. He was in all the Alan Quatermain movies, which were like, I look at Alan Quatermain as like the fucking Kirkland Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah,
that's what Alan Quatermain was like. Alan Quatermain, the Lost City of Gold, Alan Quatermain in the whatever.
No, that was Romancing the Stone. God damn it!
Oh,
that
Romancing the Stone.
That was the Kirkland.
John Wilder? John Wilder? Fucking love that movie. I don't know why.
Yeah, they're classics.
It's right up there with Overboard.
It's right up there with old. God, I can't even think of her name. I'm not going to do this. I noticed last episode I was listening to it. I'm like, we are uninformed assholes.
That's what I was honestly. I will not lie. I'm thinking about asking my wife to just sit there with the computer, and as we say shit, look it up for us.
Just open tab that shit, man. It's ridiculous.
Like,
wait till we get to Yellow Jackets.
The reason I'm always distracted is because I'm jumping back and forth between my list and then pulling up. Like if we talk about something, I'm searching the web looking for it. It'd be really nice to have like my wife sitting right there at the computer.
So listen, guys. I mean, definitely like, share, subscribe. Give us some freaking. Let's get this shit monetized so we can actually get a producer.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Producer Katie.
Yeah, producer Katie. We had producer Violet at one point. Producer Mila. They all fucking.
They all get bored. They're like, I don't know. I'm fine because they're not invested.
No, not like us.
No, but if they were making fucking money, they'd be invested.
Of course.
But yeah, only 6 dildos, buddy.
All right.
So I don't know if there's much more news beyond that.
One for each finger.
There was something I was looking at on CBR that we were talking about.
Yeah, not that much in the news lately.
No.
But you know.
Oh my God, is that my phone?
That's
Who
your
the fuck
phone.
Keeps texting me. I bet you it's like fucking. Oh, who is it? I knew it.
Who?
Who do you think?
Oh.
Jumping Jesus.
On a pogo stick. Anyway, but yeah, so I guess that's it for the news, man.
Yeah.
Let's get into
Where do you want to go? You want to go music, TV, trailers?
Oh, we'll do a little
Now, hold on there 1 second here, young fella. I was thinking about maybe the 2 of us get down in the old pickup truck corner and hit one of them movie places where we can go sit down and eat a tub of popcorn and check out some each other off.
I will never not say jerk each other off to that.
Man,
You got a tub of popcorn and maybe jerk each other off.
Look at it. I'm like on Drumeo shit.
Do you know that guy who's like, if you want your meat to be beaten, baby fucking that guy?
Yeah.
You can do a cameo from him. Do you know how much he charges?
How much?
Fucking $200.
$200 for that guy?
Fuck that shit. I was looking at Cameo. Some of the people, it's like, some people it's like $50.
Yeah, you get
some
Stuttering
no-name
John
people
for
it's
like $40.
There's people on there who are like, I am nobody, but I will get on and do this for you. That's their shtick.
We should do a freaking cameo.
I'll do a fucking cameo.
Get a cameo from us. It'll be like $6.66.
Can I ask you a hypothetical question?
Sure.
Could you imagine dedicating your time and energy to creating something
Mm-hmm.
and then be killed doing it, and then it'd be like a total fucking turd? It'd be like you died for nothing.
Okay.
Did you watch the trailer for that movie Rust where Alec Baldwin killed the director or the producer?
Didn't he kill like a cast member? I
think it was
he
the
killed
producer.
somebody.
Justin will tell me. Justin will let me know. I think he killed the producer. Dude, I watched the trailer for that. This is why I bring it up. That trailer, that movie looks like fucking low rent garbage.
Yeah.
It literally looks like some low budget. I live out in the deserts of California. Let's film a Western on my ranch.
I don't know.
It looks bad.
Does it? I have no interest in Rust.
I watched a lot of trailers because there was a lot out, most of which I did not give a shit about.
Yeah, there were a bunch here. I mean,
don't care about Five Nights at Freddy's, but that's not a trailer.
yeah.
There was the Rust. There was a trailer for the second season of the second half of the Daredevil Born Again season.
Okay.
Nothing, no
Well,
great revelations in there for me.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get into it in the TV part, but like, yeah, a trailer for like what's coming.
But really, trailer for Final Destination Bloodlines.
Yes.
They're like trying to develop like a legend behind this, because it looks like this when it goes back to this one woman started this whole thing when she had a premonition at prom and saved a whole bunch of lives, and now death is so pissed at her.
Yeah, it's one of those, like we talked about it before we got on mic. Like the Final Destination movies are like a guilty pleasure. Like they're just, you watch them for the deaths. They're over the top. They're ridiculous. They're CGI heavy. They're bullshit. But it makes me laugh.
But you
every
notice,
time.
my kids are my kids and your kids are yours. They'll probably watch this shit. But the average like teenager nowadays isn't gonna go watch Final Destination. So they're not gonna understand why we're so fucking. Every time I get behind a fucking log truck, I'm like, nope, gotta move,
Yeah.
right? So I feel like this movie is gonna just indoctrinate them into all these looking at random things, like when something falls, like, oh shit, what's the chain of events that's gonna trigger that, killing someone in this room right now?
That's why I don't go on roller coasters.
No.
From Final Destination 3. Or the one with the race where people with the NASCAR. I mean, fuck you, Verizon. Yeah, they're classics. I
Yeah,
mean,
they are.
it's just, you could watch them. Like
I'm gonna go see it.
I've watched YouTube videos of like just all the deaths in every Final Destination movie, and we always talk about Dead Meat, that channel with the kill counts. You can get through them all like pretty fast,
Oh hell yeah.
But yeah, no, Bloodlines was really, we goofed on the Bloodlines name, and what was some of the other trailers? I think that was
Alien Earth.
Alien Earth, man. I mean, I thought the Alien franchise, both Alien and
it was
Predator,
dead.
were both fucking dead. And then you get Prey.
Prey, and you got this. They're talking sequel to Prey.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, there's the end of that whole the end credits we talked about when we watched it a long time ago.
The cave art,
and then freaking Fetty with Alien Romulus, which
Romulus
was great.
Resurrected Alien. I feel like it resurrected the series.
Yeah.
I think what Alien needs to do is just stay away from trying to stay in their lane.
Yeah,
just stay in your Alien lane.
Yeah, I mean, this Alien Earth show looks really good. Hopefully they'll stick with that same kind of flavor that they have. I mean, I've been saying it for years, man. They got to do that with Terminator.
Oh yes,
like they
did though. They did the Terminator series.
Not a series, but no, I'm talking about like taking the Terminator franchise, because they've done like a million of them and they've all shit the bed. Go back to the roots, man. Like what Fetty did with Alien. Make it a low budget, fucking bring it back to horror. Don't make it so sci-fi and liquid T-1000 shit. Like go back to the basics.
And you want to know what? I could see getting behind a Terminator movie where they don't go, maybe they've done it, maybe I'm just misremembering all of it, where they send someone back not to go after John Connor, but to go after like whoever, like one of his second in command who was influential in helping him fight, and go, if we can get him, then John won't have the like motivation or the what he needs to like push forward. And
Yeah, there's a couple of different ways you
There's
can
so
kind of
many
go about
ways.
it, but yeah, somebody get on that, man, because like Terminator.
I mean,
gave
it's no
on that
clown
sh-
in a cornfield.
I mean, what is?
Fucking clown. Can we talk clown in a cornfield? That trailer. Did you watch the trailer? The new trailer?
Yeah.
Dude, that movie.
It's look, it's like Snakes on a Plane, like they're
Tucker
telling
and
you-
Dale. It's
Tucker-
the same people who did Tucker and Dale.
Yep. So
I'm in 100% on this one.
yeah, so you know what you're getting. You get a
fucking
clown
wait.
in a fucking cornfield killing people.
And I fucking hate clowns. Everybody who knows me knows I
know.
fucking hate clowns.
Well, you were talking about your road trip that you're gonna do in July. I was like, you gonna stay at the Clown Hotel?
No. Is there a clown hotel?
Oh, dude, honey.
Oh.
honey.
Oh,
I'll
hold on.
show-
Let me
I'll
text
show-
my
I'll-
wife.
I'll show it to you when we get off mic.
I'm going to text. Do you know where it is?
It's somewhere in the Southwest, I think.
Slow. Clown.
Clown Hotel. Anybody who's in the chat, if you just send links, if you can find it.
I have a
seen
fear of clown. I don't know if you remember when we went to go see Velvet Revolver. You were pretty fucked up, though. See,
No, I mean I was Velvet Revolver. That was one of the
That was
only
your
one of the
bachelor
few
party.
days. Yeah, that was one of the only few coherent ones.
do you
I had.
remember me fucking decking the clown at the fucking
No.
concert? We were online, and there's this fucking guy as a clown going back and forth on the line, like just doing fucking clown shit. And I grabbed the security guy. I go, keep that motherfucker away from me. And he's like, what? And I was like, I don't fucking do clowns, dude. I was like, you keep that fucking clown away from me, or there's gonna be a problem. So he goes over and talks to the clown. The clown comes over and he goes, you got what's your problem with clowns, man? And I took a swing, fucking clocked the clown. He went stumbling back. The security guard grabs me and then just goes, you guys are going in. That's why we went in early ahead of everybody else, because the security guys are like, you guys, front of the line, go.
I missed that one. I mean, I was sober, like not
No.
sober, but I was like,
Your brother was him, but
oh yeah, my brother was freaking super
so
hammered.
yeah, I'm not a clown guy.
No, I know Eddie was.
I like
used
clown
to-
horror.
Interesting.
I like it, fucking House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah.
I love killer clowns from outer space. I love clown horror movies, probably because I have such like anxiety-ridden phobia of fucking clowns. I think I was molested by an uncle that looks like a clown.
Well, we talked about my my clown altercation in yesteryears with Daryl. Well, Daryl wasn't there, but he knew about the place. But
So I gotta check out this clown
you're
hotel.
a pretty looking boy.
I have to check out this.
Yeah, we'll I'll show it to you when we get off mic. I've seen it before. I think it's in the set. It's fucking, like it's all clown themed. So like you go into the room and it's a shitty motel.
Yeah.
It's not, but it's got like Gacy paintings and like fucking Pennywise.
Can you
pictures.
just stop and look at it and then keep going?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure, but yeah,
I don't want to stay there,
dude.
I can't stay there.
I'm fine with clowns. I would not stay. at
I
that
feel my
freaking
heart
place.
racing talking about this. Like I'm getting anxious talking
Like
about.
there's
fucking-
paranormal people that go there and just like talk about it. But yeah, we'll get to it. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it with the trailers.
No,
I
it
mean,
wasn't.
movie wise,
Andor in the studio. That was it too. Sorry.
well, we're gonna talk about the studio. We both watched it.
Andor season 2. I don't think the trailer gave us that much more.
No,
I'm
it's
just
a
more excited.
little bit more. Like I said, April, which is actually coming up freaking in. I
Yeah.
can't believe it's almost April.
Next
but
week,
we got Last of Us. We got Andor. Yeah,
Tuesday,
Tuesday.
April Fools.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, movie wise, I didn't. Full disclosure, I didn't see shit.
I was supposed to go to the movies, but I called my wife and said I'm gonna want to go see this movie at 4:00, but it's also playing at 7. Do you want me to wait for you? We can go at 7. She goes, I don't know if I'll get off of work.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, how about this? There's another movie I want to see. I'll go see that at 4, and then her and I are going tomorrow, Monday, to go see Death of a Unicorn.
Oh, okay.
Which the critics are not giving it very good reviews, but I don't give a fuck.
No.
I went to go see your favorite, The Working Man, with
Oh, yeah, Jason.
Jason Statham.
You gotta say, you know what I mean.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? You do it better than I do.
Yeah, going over there. You know what I mean? I can't do it. But anyway, yeah. So you're in the bag for that shit.
You get what you ask for. It's a
Okay.
Jason Statham movie, and I'm going to tell you some things about it that'll probably put it into perspective. But it is a former military, and I'm not going to spoil anything. Former military guy who now works doing construction, And what's his name from the Marvel movies? You know my cousin? He got that thing. My grandmother Morrissey.
Something Pena.
Yeah,
Michael Pena.
Michael Pena.
Mhm.
Michael Pena plays his boss, who owns the construction company that he works for. And Michael Pena's daughter goes out on the town with her friends and gets kidnapped by the Russian mob to be sold into sex slavery.
As you do.
And Jason Statham has to go after her and fight the entire fucking mafia, John Wick style, to get this guy's daughter back.
He's staying in his lane, man. He knows.
Dude, the costume choices are fucking stupid. There's a black biker gang that he has to deal with. That like the guy's got like fucking cow horns on his helmet. Another guy's got a helmet that looks like a samurai, like the
the Shogun one.
The Shogun one. It's like it was ridiculous. And then when Jason Statham's character meets that guy, they both realize they're military after Jason Statham kicks the shit out of all of his guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on when the guy figures out that like he's trying to fuck with the mafia or whatever, they wind up going at each other and Jason Statham of course kills him, but stabs him in the chest and the guy's like, go on, finish it. It's one of those. And then when he rescues the girl at the end, of course, because he does, it's like not a surprise.
I mean,
she walks out of this. Yeah, she walks out of this place as they're like set the place on fire and it's about to burn down. She walks out. She stops, having been held in captivity, beat, chained up, all this other shit. She hasn't been raped. They never raped her.
Okay.
She stops and just goes double middle fingers and then walks out. And I was like, that is so fucking it's so super cheesy, but it's written by fucking Sylvester Stallone. And directed by David Ayer. So you get what I mean. Yeah. It is what it is.
When she got beat up, I think we have a clip of it.
Fucking diapers. I shit my pants every day. I can't walk. I can't hump.
Yeah, I think she,
And then she gave a finger, and everybody just went,
"Oh no."
Yeah, and then her dad, when she got home, wanted to know how she let herself get abducted, and he's like,
"How will you explain that?"
And she was like, "I don't know, Dad." Anyway,
wow.
I will give. I'm sure you know what I mean. I will give
what I mean?
Yeah, that's when I sent you that. I went to go see it. I will give it. Look, as a movie, I'll give it maybe 2.
Okay.
But as like if you're a Jason Statham, just mindless action fighting. Mostly fighting and punching and stabbing, a couple of gun shooting things, but I give it 3 stars for a Jason Statham, but as just a movie, I'm like, it's 2.
Yeah,
Thank God I got to go for free kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't even rent it. I'm just not, he was in Snatch, that was about it. And,
You know what it really feels like? Do you remember during like the 80s when we just had like, was it the 80s when we had slews of these kind of like, Arnold Schwarzenegger and
Sylvester
Stallone were coming out with like these action star movies like week after week where it's like, I'm just a guy on the road and I'm just a former military and I got this kid and I take care of them and something happens and I got to go get them and rescue them and revenge and blah, blah, blah.
They've been trying to get that stuff back with the Jason Stathams and all those people from fucking Expendables. It's like. But I don't know, man. Something about those 80s ones with Schwarzenegger and Stallone. They were always just, Commando.
Commando, when he's walking holding the fucking
You remember
tree?
when I told you I'd kill you last?
Yeah, you did. I lied. What happened to him? I had to let him go.
Yeah, just a stupid-ass
one-liner. What happened to Sully? I had to let him go.
Yeah, The Running Man. Jesus Christ. Freaking Tango
2
and Cash.
weeks. Tango and Cash. Cash and Tango.
Cobra. Come on.
Cabretti. I'm a cop with a...
fucking Cabretti.
Dude, they try, but they're not.
Yeah.
So that was the only movie really I cared about that I watched other stuff, but like, I did watch that new fucking movie, The Lifeless on Netflix.
Okay. Was it Lifeless?
Look, ladies, I apologize. I apologize. Waddle-doodle. It's a fucking romantic chick flick.
Okay.
Her mom dies and doesn't leave her the company, leaves the company to her sister-in-law because she wrote this list when she was a kid of things she wanted to accomplish in her life and she never did any of them. So mom's like, you have to finish this list. And every time you finish a thing on the list, the lawyer will give you a DVD with a message from me for that thing on the list. And then, whatever, at the end of it, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Penis.
Look, it was a good movie. I probably should have watched it with my wife and not by myself, but,
Hey,
The lotion was there, and I was alone.
I mean, I don't want to wait.
TV-wise, though,
not to be over.
do we want to start TV with stuff that's new, or do we want to just dive right into fucking some other, like, you know?
Eat it. What the fuck? You really are insane. Eat it.
I mean,
Yellow Jackets. Let's just fucking go there.
yeah, let's talk definitely Yellow Jackets. We did see some new stuff that we'll hit on briefly, but yeah, I mean, we got to hit the biggies, right? We got to hit Megadeth. We got to hit fucking
Yellow
Jackets, which I don't know, man. I mean, the show just
Sean
gets
is fucking nuts.
Oh, yeah.
I'm starting to wonder, like, I don't know. I do believe there is a strong possibility that Shauna killed Lottie.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
And doesn't realize it. I think she might be going some of what what's her name? The fucking that other lady.
What? Thaisa?
Thaisa's going through where she's got like some
Split personality.
split
kind of thing?
personality shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's definitely paranoid.
Yeah.
She's not. I mean, she's not a likable person, Shauna.
Dude, what if this all just turns out to be a dream she had after like losing her baby in the woods?
Oh, that's a theory. That's a theory.
Sorry.
No, I mean it was kind of funny when she went in and it's her old. You get the. God,
You can do it. You can do it. I have faith.
Hillary Swank when she was in there. Of course, she puts the hat on backwards in case you forgot who she was. With the younger one, I'm like, that's a little obvious. But yeah, she was freaking. That whole scene was just insane, and I think it's a lot of.
I gotta give them credit, but they kept who she was under wraps pretty well.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Mostly, you don't get that in TV shows.
And we all thought that it was going to be that woman's sister,
Right.
Woman's daughter,
Right.
But she married the woman's daughter, changed her name,
Yes.
kept the tape. Like, why would you keep that tape?
Well, she explains it.
I mean, come on.
How will you explain that?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know,
She does.
but yeah.
Not that it's a good explanation, but
No, I mean, shit's gonna. I'm more fascinated now. I mean, the present day is definitely messed up, but the now they're finally gonna. They're all like, yeah, we're gonna leave and stuff like that.
but you
And
know
then
they
Sean and they're all
they
like,
kill the other lady.
Oh yeah,
They kill the scientist and they kill Joel McHale. You know,
they have to.
Kirkland.
Kirkland Daryl Dixon.
Yeah, Kirkland Dow Dixon. They kill him.
They must be. I mean, because my whole theory is I think that I've heard that now the woman Hannah, I think her name is,
Yeah.
the one that the scientist. I
Yeah.
think she's Pit Girl.
You think she's Pit Girl?
Do you think they lasted
Fuck
that long?
you, Verizon.
Fuck you, Verizon. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. It's everything's still kind of up in the air, but I do kind of get the whole when they go to the past and they're about to leave, where like some of them wouldn't want to leave.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, like, of course they're like, you want to be rescued. They're like imagining like the Slurpee and all that stuff, and they're like, oh my god,
a bed.
But you gotta think like with these people, like, would these girls come home like,
I'm gonna have to tell everybody I
How
ate
will you
people.
explain that?
Yeah.
they're gonna have.
How'd you survive?
So they're almost kind of like I think they've all accepted the fact at this point that they're like, yeah, look, we're not going to get rescued. We're just going to have to live like this. So now when they get the opportunity to go home, of course, a lot of them would. But like a couple of the wacko ones, like how is Lottie after fucking chewing on the guy's face?
Yeah.
All that stuff. Like you can't go back home and be like, people are gonna, like
She
they
put
have
a fucking hatchet in the one guy.
Yeah, like they have to fucking go home and like I don't know. It's an interesting theory where it's like if people did find out what they did, at least that they were like
They didn't alive.
I know. That's what I'm saying. When that plane crashed, and it sounded like even the girls were saying like, "Oh, they gave up on looking for us." Like they pretty much did, right? If it's been that long,
And they set up a nice life out there in the woods.
yeah. So they might be just like, this.
I don't think
maybe this is it. Like I don't know. Like
And do you think they realize now that what they've been hearing all night screaming was the fucking frogs?
yeah, the frogs.
Because the scientist lady told them that, but I don't think it registered with them that like, because she's like, we're here recording these frogs. You've probably heard it in the woods at night, and it's like, I don't think you know that that's the screaming.
Yeah. I mean, I think seriously, like, and it was, well, they also blew my theory that they're very close to civilization because
he's like 100 miles.
he's like, it's gonna take us 6 days. I'm like, fucking, how did you get there for 6? You took 6 days to
they've
get
been
there.
hiking in the woods for days.
I mean,
camping, hiking, hunting.
now I think would be interesting is like if these guys don't take them back, it seems like they're not right. So maybe if they don't, then they're gonna get discovered because people are gonna be looking for them.
Or maybe they get them close enough and then they fucking kill them.
Yeah, it's what, they got like 2 more episodes left in the season. I don't know, man.
And have they talked about a season 4?
Yeah.
Oh, so we're getting to season 4. So maybe they're just gonna drag it out. The season 4 will be their trip home, the trip out of the woods.
Yeah, who knows, man? But it's one of my favorite shows,
Yeah,
man.
me too.
That is the one show where I'm like, holy shit, I have to watch
Fucking
it.
day after Mila and I are just like, I was like, did you watch it? She's like, fucking eat it, eat it,
eat it. So that was good. I mean, Daredevil we can touch on briefly.
It was one of those what do they call them? Bottle no, not a bottle episode.
Yeah, bottleneck episode.
Yeah, where it's like it's in one place.
Yeah, I mean the whole muse of it all was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to think of it on the way here. I was like, what can we talk about with Daredevil? It's like, well, he's Daredevil again. He's back in the suit.
Yeah.
Muse is a creepy motherfucker.
Muse got away.
Yeah, he did get away. He saved the girl. He also he was like with Kingpin when he goes to Adam and he just gives him the freaking hatchet. He's like, I want to give you an equal opportunity. And he still just beats the piss out.
No
of
fun
him.
beating the shit out of you when you're unarmed.
Yeah. So I mean, Daredevil is still still great. They're talking about the rest of it. Your foggy theory might come true. Who knows? Maybe he's in fucking
I like
Doomsday.
being right. Never happens, but I love being right.
No, sometimes you're right. Sure.
Sometimes.
Yeah. So that. What else? Well, we did both watch a new show, The Studio.
Oh God.
I
watched one
Apple
episode.
TV Plus.
And you for once I watched one episode and you watched 2.
I watched them both because they both went down pretty quick. I mean, it's funny as hell.
So it's Seth Rogen gets the job of head of this fake Hollywood studio, and it's basically all about him trying to run that studio.
Yeah, and it's like he's more of like the indie artiste. Like he has integrity, but like his boss is the main guy, Bryan Cranston. He's like, we got the rights to a Kool-Aid movie.
I love that they're like, when you sit and go like, how the fuck who thought to make a fucking battleship movie?
Yeah.
They're like, well, this is how a fucking battleship movie gets made.
Yeah.
Just like this.
And they kept saying about Barbie. It was like, it's Kool-Aid. And I thought when they had Martin Scorsese, he wants to do a thing about Jonestown, like it clicks in his head. He's like, Kool-Aid. There's the Kool-Aid angle. We can do a movie about Kool-Aid. And they wanted to call it Kool-Aid. And then he panics and like Bryan Cranston's just like, all right, show me what you got. Wow, me. And he's just like, he's ready to tell him about
the Martin Scorsese movie. Goes,
and he just opens up the freaking laptop and it just like, does that whole. He's like, genius, It's just that's.
And then Bryan Cranston then goes, by the way, what's this Martin Scorsese shit I fucking hear about?
Yeah, God.
He's like, I spent $11 million on that to kill it. That's why I did it. He goes, you spent $11 million to kill that movie? He's like, yeah. He goes, genius.
And then he tells Marty, and then he starts crying, and Steve Buscemi shows up, and he's just like, because he's supposed to be Jim Jones.
It's Buscemi.
Oh, Buscemi, yes, that's right. And he's like, Marty, why are you crying? It was really fun. And then the second one is just as good, too.
I didn't watch it, but I hear he's got to break. He's got to give notes to Ron Howard.
Oh, that's episode 3.
Oh.
Yeah, the second one is about, they call it the Oneer.
Yeah.
And because he's such a movie nut, like he wants to go see this, particular shot. He wants to see this one shot that they're doing, the Oneer.
Yeah.
And shenanigans ensue. But what was funny about it, I didn't really notice it till the end, was that the whole episode was shot as a one shot.
Oh,
So
well, I'm gonna watch it. I just, as I started watching the first one, I just wasn't feeling it.
Yeah.
And then like I watched Sully reviews, I think.
Jake Sully?
No, Sully. It's on YouTube.
Oh.
He reviews Sully I don't know. I'll show you later.
Yeah.
But he was like, he explained it, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna give it another shot. If that's what it's about, I guess I just wasn't picking up on what they were trying to do.
It's kind of like it gave me Entourage vibes.
Yeah.
But not necessarily, like a bunch. Like Entourage was more of like the actor's perspective. This is
Right.
more of like head of studio.
Right.
And like, do you give up? It's just so funny. Like there was the one where he's like, smell me. Do I smell bad? He goes, you reek of vodka. He's like, oh well, that's all right. He's like, I was out with Pedro Pascal last night, and he was just.
How will you explain that?
Yeah, but yeah, they do a lot of cameos and stuff. So it reminded me a lot of Entourage, but on the studio side.
Yeah,
So,
it's very interesting when you see like the famous people playing themselves, but then you see other famous people playing a character. Now, my one qualm was fucking Agatha.
I know who you're talking about, but yeah,
I just, what is she trying? I don't know what her character's trying to do.
she's like the marketing.
But I don't know. I don't think she's pulling it off. Whatever she's trying to do, I don't
Yeah.
think she's doing it.
Yeah, and then you got the woman
Catherine
from-
Hahn.
Yeah, Catherine Hahn. Yeah, I didn't really realize that
I
was
didn't.
Catherine Hahn.
Yeah, I didn't.
either.
I wasn't feeling what she was doing. It almost seemed like it was like over the top, ridiculous, and just didn't fit with the vibe of everything else. Like everything else was this over the top,
Yeah.
but it was almost like a serious over the top that was like serious, but ridiculous. And hers was just ridiculous.
Yeah, she was a little over the top, kind of threw me out of it a little bit. But everybody else in there, it's just it's just funny. But I'm digging. I'll stick with it definitely. And
Speaking of oneers,
you watched
I watched the Adolescents.
Adolescence. Yes,
Someone asked me.
fucking hilarious, isn't
It's
it?
fucking dude. Well, first off, someone asked me. They had a hard time watching 13 Reasons Why.
Yes.
And like, well, is this kind of like that? I was like, I think this is worse.
Yeah.
Just because it's shot as a oneer, you're almost in that shaky, brought along as like a participant in what's going on. So you kind of feel, and maybe for me as a father of a son, of sons, and one who's right now 14 years old, who's like the age that kid is, it's like you're like, oh fuck, my kid, like that's how it hits home, like really hits home. But at one point I sent you a message because when the psychiatrist is talking to him, and he's just like, fuck you, bitch, like being a dick to her, I was like, I want to punch this kid in the fucking face.
Yeah. He's just he turns, from like innocent kid to like psychopath.
Yeah, he's a sociopath.
Yeah,
He's a psycho or socio. One of the two.
One of the paths.
But also, this is all based on, and I watched some stuff afterwards because the guy who plays the dad, this is his project.
Oh, okay.
And he came up with this idea after several news reports of incidents of middle school kids stabbing female classmates because of the like harsh rejection they were getting from them. And he was like, this is what these kids they are dealing with. And it's like, and that's what prompted him to create this with his friend. And that's
the social media with all the different emojis, what they mean.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You're just like, oh my God, as
Yeah,
an
my
older
kids do it
person,
all
you're
the
like, you're like, oh, what the fuck?
dude, my daughter used to give me like she was like, Dad, it's so rude that you end your sentences on your text messages with a period. I was like, what? And she goes, yeah, the period at the end is like going like, dare, like, fuck you. Like, yeah. I was like, I finish every sentence and hit space. It's just auto typing. Don't read into it. How about this? When you read my text messages, read zero tone into what I'm sending.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. But yeah, it was super well done. I mean, that kid who that was his first role. He's never done that before. And it was just the way
if he was going for punch me in the face, he fucking nailed it.
Yeah, and he looked like that typical fucking,
like fucking Joffrey, Game of Thrones. Speaking of which, I watched fucking Dark Knight again.
Oh yeah,
and he plays like the Batman Begins, I think it was, and he plays like the little fucking kid on the balcony.
Oh really?
Yeah. I was like, he came up and was like, my friends are never gonna believe I saw you, and he gives him a fucking like batarang.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, fucking Joffrey.
Fuck you, Joffrey. Yeah, that and and I will tell you that I am all caught up on the Pit.
So good.
Oh my God,
dude. Holy shit. Like, just thinking about it, I'm getting emotional. His breakdown at the end of that fucking episode. You know what I can't wait for?
What's that?
I can't wait for them to finish this and someone to take it and cut it together as one 15-hour episode, one 15-hour thing,
yeah.
where you could watch it from beginning to end with no cuts or edits, with nothing. Fucking, it's
you know,
his
and
nervous
I'm not,
breakdown.
and
I felt that,
and I'm not one of those like medical, hospital drama person.
right?
But I got sucked into this show, man. He is just really good. The
He
cast is
fucking
good.
killing it.
The whole, these last 2 episodes about the shooting at the school, and it looks like,
And it's taking over like TikTok and shit.
oh yeah,
It's everywhere.
yeah. I gotta get into that algorithm. I don't really know, but like, yeah, it's just so well done, man. And he just does a really
No
good job.
Wiley.
And he always, and the death, all the death stuff, all goes into that pediatric area where he sees those things painted on the wall, and that's what gets him. Because
Yeah.
it brings him back to his mentor and COVID and dying. It's like, oh my God.
Did we talk about the fact that this girl,
Yes.
who her dad is,
No, I didn't know who
her dad's Bryan Cranston,
Shut the front door.
the like autistic girl, like
Yo,
the
I
on
love
the
her.
spectrum
Yeah,
girl
yeah,
whose
yeah.
sister's like definitely on the.
Mhm.
Her dad is Bryan Cranston.
No shit.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, she's
And
awesome in that.
Funny thing is, she's 32. Do you know in Yellow Jackets, not to go back, but like I think it's odd that the daughter, Shauna's daughter,
Yeah.
the actress, she's 30.
Is she really?
Yes. And I was thinking about, because I'm like, I wonder how old the other actors are. Like the guy who plays her dad.
Oh yeah.
It's like he's 17 years older than her,
He's
which kind of
47.
makes sense in it.
Yeah, it seems like they had her young.
Well, yeah, and the mom, like both the actors who play the mother and father are both 47 years old, and she's 30. So, but in
Okay.
the show, she's supposed to be like 17.
Yeah, she's supposed to be like a teenager.
I always think that's hilarious. Anyway,
Well,
I'm sorry
yeah.
about that.
Yeah, no. That's,
Can we
all good.
can we just?
Yeah, let's get to the end here.
That's what she said. My God, could you finish already?
I'm gooning this episode. So anywho, what happened? See what happens when you put my shit on here?
Well, I'm sorry. I put your phone. Let me know when you want your phone to be playing on the.
Yeah. Let's. So really, just this quick. I mean, the main one that we wanted to talk about, was Ministry.
Oh, Ministry.
We talked about Every Day is Halloween. They came out with a whole album of the Squirrely versions, the Squirrely Years Revisited.
I listened to the Squirrely Years while walking around Costco with these headphones on, walking around Costco.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so much fun.
It's just,
It's
I never
good.
really got into the With Sympathy era. Obviously,
neither.
I know that Every Day is Halloween, and
But that's not even on With Sympathy. It's during that era, but I don't think it's on With Sympathy.
yeah, I don't know.
Fuck you, Verizon.
I don't know, but it brings. I know he was doing it. On this recent tour, he was diving back into it. He's kind of embracing it.
Right.
But yeah, the whole album is just kind of there's a little. Just brings you back, man. Brings you back to those Images days.
Yeah.
As our good friend Mike Chuetta used to say, I don't understand why these girls come in and pay $6 to cry. Like, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it just brings you back to those old times, man. But it's like we said, it's got a little bit of dirt on it. Got a
Right.
little bit of dirt. So that just came out. Some other stuff. A lot of bands that we've talked about already. Smoking Popes has a new song, Fox River Dream. Really
Yes.
good. Smoking Popes, man. You can't go wrong with it. Our boys in the Dead Milkmen have another song out.
I don't know why that didn't come up in my algorithm of all places.
It didn't come out. It did come out on Friday, but it was they have a new song, When Daddy Drinks, and it's just like the Ministry. It's just like the other stuff, man. It just brings you back. It's just, I love that shit. Other than that, really, we have excuse me, Gerd. Linkin Park came out with another new song, Up From the Bottom. I don't know, man. I think they're just kind of like when they first came out with the female singer, I was kind of like, oh, this is cool, Now I'm just kind of like, all right, it's kind of wearing off on me, but still a decent track. Same thing. That band we talked about, the Birthday Massacre.
Yes.
Kind of a gothy kind of thing. They have All of You. They have another song that came out. Local legends, Turkey Vulture. Love me some Turkey Vulture. They have a new well, no, it's just a single, Dead to Me. Husband and wife duo. They do a little thrashy metal and not thrashy, but like kind of some heavier stuff. What else is on here? Kiss.
No.
Can I help you, sir? Yes, what is this? Huh?
They're still fucking doing
I can't
it?
get jiggy with this shit.
I thought you were
What
dead.
the fuck are they doing now?
Now I'm pissed off at them. I've been pissed off at them for like
Because they've
30
done the
years.
final tour like 10 times?
They did the final tour. They ended it. The Madison Square Garden, the whole big thing. Now they were doing it. So they've been releasing kind of like they have these like off the soundboard albums, right? So
And they
it's like,
suck.
Yeah, they're like
They're fucking
recorded off a
They,
sound.
they released the one from the. I think we talked about it on the episode when they released the one from the Mid Hudson Civic Center.
Yeah. They released another one, but rumor has it, not rumor, it's been announced that they are playing 3 nights in Vegas. Now, you told us you were done, but they found a loophole.
Gene needs the money bag.
Well, Gene Simmons was doing his solo tour, right, with his band, which honestly, as much as I goof on Gene, right, I've come around to him. His solo band was out there, not makeup, whatever. He's got this killer backup band, and he was doing a lot of like deep fucking Kiss tracks and deep Gene Simmons tracks, on these shows. But he ended up canceling the tour because I don't think it really sold out. I mean, Ace Frehley is out too, and he just kind of plays clubs at this point.
Okay.
But they're doing 3 nights in Vegas, and everybody's like, dude, you fucking retired. He goes, but these shows, we're not playing with makeup on.
Oh my
We
God.
retired with
As
the makeup.
Kiss.
As Kiss with the makeup. Now we're doing these 3 shows with no makeup. And I'm like, fuck you.
Gene needs money.
Gene has something to pay off, I guess. Other than that, really, there wasn't. Do you have anything on there? I mean,
Well, I had showed you a new song that I had heard. What was it? It was the. It's not. It was new to me. It's new to me, Gregory.
all right. It's
that,
new to me, damn it.
that song, She's Kerosene.
Yeah.
By the Interrupters.
Yes.
And then you turned me on to one of their songs from that. A cover of theirs doing Billie Eilish's Bad Guy. You were
Yes.
listening to that when we first came on.
It's fucking.
I got to listen to it. I put it on my liked song list. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot. They're a really, really good band, man. They're like that ska kind of.
Yeah,
jam
that's what I liked. I was because we had a conversation last episode about what the fuck ever happened to ska. You don't see ska bands anymore.
Yeah, they kind of disappeared.
And that was the closest thing that I had heard to something. I mean, they're postmodern punk or whatever they fucking call that. But I think they're more of like ska punk.
Yeah, I mean,
They got that ska like that ska sound, but don't have like that full blown like horn section like a ska band
I don't
would
think
have.
they have a lot of the horn stuff. I mean, it made me think of like the compilations that used to come out from Epitaph, like the Punkaramas,
Right.
and the Hellcat ones.
Yeah.
The Hellcat ones were all the ska ones. So many freaking good bands.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it, dude. Thanks
Yeah.
again to our buddy Russ Dickson. His new book is out. Go check it out. Children Shouldn't Play with the Dead.
And check them out at the old Macaroni and Cheese Fest. I'm trying to pull it up again.
Mac and Cheese Fest.
The
Yeah,
Hudson Valley Mac and Cheese Festival, April 26, 2025. We'll most likely be there.
Yeah.
Check out the new Big Cheese VIP. It's in the Brotherhood Winery, Washingtonville, New York. You can get your tickets if you go to famousfoodevents.com and get your tickets for the Mac and Cheese Festival, and actually all the other festivals that Big Ange has coming up, the Taco Fest and Jamaican Jerk Jam. What?
Jamaican Jerk Jam?
Jamaican. Don't tell my wife about the Jamaicans jerking.
Yeah.
Pasta and Wine Fest. I mean, fucking, if you could think of it, fucking Big Ange is having a food fest of it.
He does a very good job at that stuff. But yeah, man, I think that's it. And
Yeah.
thanks to everybody. And make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Go to our freaking website, man. Buy a T-shirt. We've been
Please.
lacking on that, but I think definitely in the next couple of weeks we're gonna start definitely revamping the studio, revamping the site. You're gonna see a lot more of us. A lot
Yeah,
more
I hired a
guests.
technical advisor to help us with the lighting and camera stuff in the studio. So
Yeah, so be on the lookout for that. And like I said, we're gonna be You can start here, take it here, then take it to another level over there on this side over there.
What the fuck?
I don't know, man. How do we end this shit?